everyone. Over the next few days, I'm going to be looking through the cupboards, the refrigerator, and the freezer to see what food we have left and what food we can use up before we do our big time grocery shopping for the month of June. So the best way to start out your day for pantry cooking is to start out with breakfast. And I did that earlier today. I started with overripe bananas I needed to work with, and then oatmeal so that we could have a healthy breakfast. I wasn't in the mood for just regular oatmeal on the stove. I was in the mood for something crunchy that you put in the oven. And then as far as the bananas, it wasn't banana nut bread that I made. It was something that is fruity and delicious. And then I had to go on from there, keep the oven on, and do some more baking. So I had a very productive day already going through these pantry items. After I got ideas for breakfast, I started thinking about lunch, and I put down this leftover chili. So I need to make something with that, like a side dish. And I looked through some of these other containers here. What's in here? Not even sure. This is cauliflower. I know what I can make. It's in the freezer, a protein that can go with this side dish. I'm checking the pantry for another side dish for dinner tonight. We're completely out of potatoes. Only one onion left in the refrigerator and these 2 apples for snacking tonight. As far as protein, I have some tilapia and some hamburgers. My husband may put hamburgers on the grill this weekend. Okay, and I'll fix tilapia. And if there's something from the garden I can put on that tilapia, that would be really amazing. And now I'm looking for, since I don't have potatoes, these hash browns. And there's a delicious casserole I can make. I'll have to make a soup, cream of soup to go with it first. I don't have any canned cream soup. I have celery, and I know what I can use this for. Great. But first we'll gather some ingredients for breakfast. And a blender for smoothies. I'll start out with a smoothie of 2 overripe bananas, frozen store-bought strawberries that I'm trying to get rid of because we have fresh strawberries from the garden and the rest of the blackberries from last summer. Chia seeds, some orange juice. Now I'm mixing up some granola ingredients. I ran out of walnuts and pecans, so I used what I have in the pantry, which is cashews and almonds. I'm just adding the other ingredients like the cinnamon, vanilla extract, olive oil, and honey. Combining the oats with the wet ingredients like the honey and the olive oil is the most important process. Just spread the granola mixture evenly onto the parchment-lined sheet pan. You can use your hands to flatten it down in the pan. I prefer a large spoon, or even better, a large spatula like this one. Halfway through the baking time, after about 11 minutes, I take the granola out and give it a stir. Smash it down again onto the pan. And put it back in the oven until it's completely done. I promised my husband I'd make chocolate chip cookies with the rest of these chocolate chips. We don't have much left. I'm only making half a recipe. So I've already got my dry ingredients together here. I've got my flour, baking soda, and salt mixed up in a bowl. I'm just going to add my sugars, brown sugar and white sugar. Mix those together. Margarine or butter. A beaten egg. Add the vanilla to the egg because it's a wet mix. And add this in the cookie mix. Then the little bit of chocolate chips that I have left in the pantry. And I'll put this in the refrigerator to chill for a little while before I bake. The granola is done. I need to let this cool for about 45 minutes before I add the raisins. In the meantime, I pulled out my chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm going to spoon it onto a parchment-lined pan and bake off a batch of cookies. While I'm in the baking mood, I thought I would make some cornbread using Quaker cornmeal. This is my favorite cornbread recipe on the back of this box. The cornbread will go very well with the leftover chili that I pulled out from the freezer. The box is getting low anyway. I might as well use it up. Quaker cornmeal will be on the next grocery list. We've got our dry ingredients mixed together with a little sugar. I'll add oil, a beaten egg, and milk. And blend that together. Pour the mix into the greased pan. And place it in the oven at 400 Fahrenheit for about 21 to 22 minutes. In the meanwhile, you can see the cookies are very large, a lot larger than I expected. These chocolate chip cookies are thin and crispy, the way my husband likes them. Now it's time to spread the raisins over the granola. Break it up and store it in a container. The cornbread is done. I pulled it out. I'm done baking until mid-morning. I need to get out to the garden. This is the good thing about having a garden. You can go out and pick whatever you need to go with your meal, whatever garnishes or vegetables for side dishes. What I'm looking for is spinach because I want to make an omelet. It's looking good. Now I've got to pick it. It's so pretty I don't want to pick it. But look, it's getting ready to flower. So that means it's at its peak for ripeness. I'm going to take some of the bottom leaves here. I should take the larger ones, but they look so pretty. Oh. And we have red onions. These are really close together. These red onions I could use as for chives. They're awfully close together anyway. I think I'm going to go ahead and take one. That way we can have some chives with our eggs also. And here's that beautiful lettuce. So we have romaine back here. I grow it like leaf lettuce. It's very close together. When I sow the seeds, the plants are very close together. Quite a bit of, but not, I never get enough of this red lettuce with the mixed pack of seeds. So I'll go ahead and pick some lettuce here. This will be for our salad tonight with our dinner. Okay. We need more than that. Let's get some romaine too. Okay. And here's the dill that reseeded from last year. And I'll just take some of that. Just a little bit for the fish. Now I need something for the potato casserole. What about kale? But to use it as a garnish on top, I could chop it up like parsley. And I think that would be beautiful. And add some vitamins and nutrition. Plus I want to try the kale. This is the baby stage for kale. It gets a lot bigger. I'm anxious to try the kale. Now that we have our fresh garden ingredients, I'm ready to start cooking. So here's the spinach omelet with Swiss cheese, kale for garnish, and fresh apples with raisin granola. Hello everyone, now the most enjoyable part of this video, the most exciting, because I'm making a copycat Cracker Barrel hash brown casserole. And I probably should have done this in the beginning to get it out of the way, because it's the most, to me it sounds the best. I mean, I've got a taste for potatoes anyway. Any kind of potato casserole sounds good right now. And the fact that I usually cook them from scratch, the hash browns, or cut the potatoes from scratch, or I shred them. I shred them with a grater. And to me, this is going to be so easy because I don't have to do that because I have frozen hash brown potatoes in the freezer. I'm going to use those. The only difficult part is I have to make this cream soup from scratch, and I'm going to run that through so fast, we're probably not even going to play music. If we play music, it will be very brief. So you can use your cream of anything soup, cream of celery soup, cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, whatever kind of cream of, even cheese soup that you want to use. This recipe is so easy, and you use sour cream. In this recipe, they use cream of chicken or cream of cheddar. This recipe I got on the internet like 6 years ago, and I printed it out when I had a printer that worked. It's Spend with Pennies. If that's still a website, you could go there and check it out. And I'll do that, and I'll see if I can link this recipe. If not, if you want this recipe, I'll give it to you. I'll just type the whole thing under the description. Okay, I'm excited to get started on this because this is going to be dinner tonight. And that fish also, if you've been on my channel before, I'm just going to go through real fast with the, it's not flounder, it's tilapia. My husband likes tilapia, and I know it's not, maybe in most people's opinion, it's not the best choice of fish. But that's what he likes, and that's what we're going to have. I actually wanted salmon, which would have cost more, and he wanted tilapia, and he got his way. He is the main breadwinner, and I love my husband. I respect him. So that's what we're having, and I'm going to use fresh dill on that. Okay, then let's get started. I'm chopping up the rest of this old celery, and it is getting old. I'm melting some butter. I'm going to add the celery and start cooking it. When it softens, I'm going to cook it for a while, and then I'm going to add some minced garlic. Now we add flour. This will be the thickener. I'm going to go ahead and start adding the chicken broth. While the soup is cooking, I'm going to shred some cheese because I'm going to need that on the casserole, and this is white cheddar. Cheese is shredded. I'm going to move on to mincing some onion. Very quickly, I'm going to add a few ingredients to the cream of celery soup. Milk, lemon juice, and a little hot sauce. I added sour cream. I'm going to whisk that in. I tasted the soup. It needs a little salt. And I'm going to put a little more pepper. Got my hash brown potatoes, and it's actually hash brown O'Brien, so it has peppers and onions in it. But I'm still going to add some onion because we really like onion. So I got the minced onion right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add my soup. Yogurt. I ran out of sour cream. I'm using plain yogurt instead of sour cream for this casserole. And I'm not going to use as much as what it calls for. Also, this is just half a recipe. A full recipe is way too much for us. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in this. Moderation is the key. I'm just going to put a handful of cheese in the mix, maybe a little bit more. The rest I'm going to save for the topping. And I'm not using as much cheese as what it called for. I'm pretty sure I'm not using nearly as much as what it called for, even for half a recipe. I spread the potato mix in a sprayed baking dish. Okay, the temperature's at 350 preheated, and this will bake for about 45 to 50 minutes. The last 10-15 15 minutes. We're going to turn this up to 450. Recipe doesn't say to do this, but this browns it the way my husband and I like it.
Now I'm running water to thaw out the tilapia.
So around the time I'm cooking the fish, which I haven't done yet, I'll be melting this butter. This will be dill butter to put over the fish. So I'm frying the fish, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's done. This is my husband's plate. I'm going to put some of that dill butter over the fish. I took the hash brown casserole out of the oven, and it is still cooking while it's sitting on the stove. And I'm going to take this time to go ahead and put the kale on it for a garnish.
Here's a side view of it. This is my husband's plate. It looks super healthy and super gourmet. The fish is garnished with shredded carrots and fresh dill, and the hash brown casserole is garnished with a fresh sprig of kale. The salad contains fresh lettuce from the garden.
Thank you for watching today. I had a busy day of pantry cooking, and it was a lot of fun, and I was able to get out in the garden, and I'm getting back out in the garden to do the watering. But I hope I inspired you to do some pantry cooking and cook up what you already have in your refrigerator and your cupboards. And then if you have a garden, go out and put some fresh ingredients along with the pantry items,
so you can make some delicious, healthy meals for your family.
Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.